Your rent has increased again. You have 2 days to pay or pack out.
On Oluwole Street, off Old Market Road, stood a long, aging 12-room Face Me I Face You apartment. The building was painted cream many years ago, but time, rain, and suffering had washed the color away. The owner of the house was Madame Regina, a woman known across Oluwole Street as the wicked landlady. Every tenant feared her, not because she was strict, but because every single month she increased house rent. No notice, no explanation, no mercy. If you questioned her, she threatened you. If you begged her, she insulted you. If you delayed payment, she embarrassed you in front of everyone. Many tenants had packed out quietly in the middle of the night just to escape her wickedness. 3 months ago, a woman named Juliana moved into room 7 of the apartment. Juliana was a widow, quiet, respectful, hardworking. She sold cooked food by the roadside and struggled daily to survive with her 12-year-old daughter, Amara. When she moved in, neighbors noticed something about her. She was always kind. She greeted everyone. She shared food with the children in the compound. She helped elderly tenants fetch water. She never insulted anyone. Even the 4 young men who lived in rooms 10, 11, 12, and 6 respected her deeply because she treated them like her own children. One night, around 2 a.m., Amara suddenly fell ill. High fever, convulsions, weak breathing. Juliana screamed for help. Neighbors rushed out and they quickly took Amara to a nearby hospital on Old Market Road. Doctors demanded payment before treatment. Juliana spent all the money she had saved for rent, every single naira. For 3 days, she stayed at the hospital, praying, crying, and begging God not to take her only child. By God's grace, Amara survived. The heartless increase. On the 4th day, as Juliana was returning home from the hospital, weak, tired, and broken, she met Madame Regina sitting outside the compound. The landlady looked at her with cold eyes. "Your rent has increased again," she said casually. "You have 2 days to pay or pack out. Juliana froze. She tried to explain. Please, ma, my daughter was sick. I just came from the hospital. Madame Regina stood up. Is it my problem? Sick child does not reduce house rent. If you don't pay in 2 days, your things will be outside. Juliana knelt down on Oluwole Street and begged. People passed. Some shook their heads. Some whispered. But the landlady walked away without looking back. The eviction. 2 days passed, then 5. On the 7th day, while Juliana had gone out to borrow money, Madame Regina arrived with 2 caretakers. They forced open room 7. They dragged out Juliana's clothes, her gas cooker, her mattress, her child's school books. Everything was dumped outside. Minutes later, dark clouds gathered. Rain started falling heavily. When Juliana returned and saw her belongings outside, she broke down completely. She stood in the rain, crying. Her daughter was still weak. The witnesses. The 4 young men Juliana had always been kind to saw her from their rooms. They rushed out. "Auntie Juliana, what happened?" She explained everything, between tears and rain. The boys were angry, but they remained calm. They didn't touch the landlady. Instead, they called other tenants, shop owners on Oluwole Street, and even the community chairman. Within minutes, people gathered. The truth came out. Someone called the tenancy enforcement unit and local authorities. They investigated Madame Regina. What they discovered shocked everyone. She had illegally increased rent multiple times. She had forcefully evicted tenants. She had no valid updated ownership documents. Several complaints had already been filed against her. Within weeks, the case went to court. The court ruled. The eviction of Juliana was illegal. The landlady must compensate her. All tenants' rents must be reverted. And due to multiple violations, the 12-room apartment on Oluwole Street was seized by the authorities. Madame Regina lost the house legally. No fight, no violence, just justice. Juliana was assisted by the community. Her child returned to school. The compound became peaceful again, and Oluwole Street learned a lesson that day.